Alright everyone, good afternoon. It's Jalan from the Paradox Gaming Network, and I want to welcome you to my new project, and that project is just a weekly show where I'm going to talk about all sorts of things from in and around the video game business. Mostly I'm going to be doing game reviews, and mostly PC games and MMORPGs, but you never know what I'm going to get into. Before I start, I just want to put a disclaimer on this that I am going to get a little bit unplugged at times. I'm just going to ramble a bit, give you some of my personal feelings. That's why these aren't on any particular game. I'm just going to lump a bunch of stuff together. If I offend you, if I dunk your favorite game or something that you're really enjoying, don't get all mad at me. Just go ahead and put a comment below. Really what I'm trying to do is just bring a bunch of people together and we can talk about a bunch of different topics. Before I start today's show though, I do want to let all the Logitech users know that if you've been having a problem with your headset not showing up in your Logitech gaming software, last week they released version 8.96.88. So if your current version isn't that version, if you didn't update on the 26th of October or later, you're going to want to go and do that. So I'm going to put a link to the Logitech gaming software update in the description. My advice is go ahead and do a clean install, which is going to mean uninstall your current Logitech gaming software, do a quick reset, and then install the new version. Good thing was all of my keybinds stuck, so keyboard, gamepad, mouse, and the buttons on the back of the headset, everything stayed the same. So if you didn't know about that update, you do now. Next thing I want to talk about is Intrepid Studios and Ashes of Creation. Now, they are riding high on the hype train at 8.64, but I don't really want to get into the game because I do an entire video series on Ashes and pre-looks. I'm going to include the first video in that playlist in the description below. But I do want to tell you something really cool they did in the spirit of community. They invited people to do a Halloween sort of event, submit pictures of their costumes or pumpkins or their own artwork, or submit some written short stories, and they said the winner in each contest was going to get an alpha key for their Alpha 0 starting on December 15th. Well, what Steve decided to do was pull an Oprah, and you got a key, and you got a key, and everybody got a key. Everybody who submitted, they're going to be in the Alpha 0 program. Now, I say to that, bravo, Steve. It's your party. Invite people any way you want. Now, there's a lot of people who are upset about this, and they said, well, if I knew I was going to get an alpha key, I would have submitted. Well, to those people, I say, you're going to miss 100% of the shots you don't take. If you really wanted to have your artwork out there or your short story out there, then you should have submitted. It does take a little bit of courage to put your own creative works out there to be basically ridiculed, and everyone who did, they got an Alpha 0 key. So just remember, Steve, you can't make omelets without breaking eggs, and you're never going to keep everybody happy all the time, so good on you for what you did. Now, to jump into the main part of the show, I'm going to be reviewing 3 different games today, and I lumped them all into the survival genre. The 3 games I'm going to be looking at are 7 Days to Die and Dark and Light, which they really fit nicely into the survival subgenre. I'm also going to put Life is Feudal in here, and I know that Life is Feudal is touted as being, what did they say? They said it's a medieval multiplayer sandbox RPG with free. It's trash. I'm not even going to finish reading you the description. It is total garbage. Avoid this game. Run away from it. I played this game about 2 years ago when it was in early beta. It was trash back then, and it's never gotten any better. Now, the reason I say that is there is nothing intuitive about the game. You start, the game feels sluggish. There is like a 1 to 2 second just delay on everything you do. You have to press buttons in order to turn and pan the camera. You have to click on the trees and sub-click on stuff, and I'm showing some gameplay footage here as you can see, but I didn't like the game. I didn't like it at all. It just feels horrible. Like, after 10 minutes, I left the game. I had to bounce. Now, if you're a Life is Feudal fan and I just dunked your game, say something in the comments. I own the game. I can go back to it anytime I want. but I need people who enjoy this game to sell me on it. I need you to make me want to like this game. So moving into the next game, 7 Days to Die, I want to say thank you to the donator who gifted me this game. I was right in the middle of a Fortnite stream and somebody donated the game to me. I have said that I will go to whatever games I can afford to go to. And if somebody gives me a game for free, I have absolutely no reason why I can't stop what I'm doing and go over. And I did. And let me tell you, I absolutely fell in love with this game. Now, this game isn't new in the slightest. It's been around for about 4 years. And I'm going to say that I'm not good at survival games. Let me expound on that. I really suck at survival games. But I really have fallen in love with 7 Days to Die. Because I'm a fan of anything zombie. Give me The Walking Dead. Give me Night of the Living Dead. Give me, anything that involves killing a bunch of zombies. I'm there. So, yeah, 7 Days to Die. I'm going to be playing it a lot more. My only complaint with the game is that the tutorial, I got through the first step of the tutorial pretty easy, and then the next step had me looking for bird feathers, and I never actually found any bird feathers, and I found myself playing for about an hour never actually finding these. And I thought to myself, as big of a problem is that I didn't get to go through the tutorial, the fact that I was able to intuitively figure out the game and have fun and knock down a door to a house and then build a door and put it back up, that made me say, wow, this game is exactly how it needs to be. Never played it before, never saw it before, and without any problems was able to figure out how to build a door. The game carries a 9 out of 10 on Steam, which is a really high rating. Gets kind of slammed by IGN at only a 4.9 out of 10, but to each their own. Now, if you do go to check the game out on Steam, you're going to see that it carries the early access label. Now, don't let this steer you away. There have been 2.5 million copies of the game sold, and I could go into a big rant session about early access and how games are just hiding behind that label. But I'm not going to do that right now, at least not in this episode. I may actually come back later to talk about that. So if you're looking for a zombie apocalypse game, I highly recommend 7 Days to Die. I haven't even gotten to see the cool stuff yet that I've read about, but you'll be seeing me stream this game late at night, because I think late at night is when you need to put out the zombie game. The other game I want to talk about is Dark and Light, and I know that the manufacturers of the game don't categorize Dark and Light as a survival game. They call it a sandbox, but I'm going to call it a survival game because good luck surviving. My first session, I played for 4 straight hours, had no intention of being in the game for 4 hours, and I absolutely loved it. I was fortunate. One of my viewers on Twitch is a Dark and Light player and was able to be there for Phone a Friend. Now, I didn't phone a friend very often, and when I did figure something out, I was able to ask Snows, hey, was there a better way I could have done that? And then, of course, there were a few times, if you watch my Dark and Light video, you see him yelling at me about, read the damn tutorial. Well, I did read the damn tutorial, it's just not clear. So, if you like a survival game, 7 Days to Die, like I said, if you want a graduate level survival game, Dark and Light. I honestly need to do my own server on Dark and Light just so I can turn off hunger and thirst and everything that distracts me. Because I did find myself starving and dying of thirst pretty often, and I didn't really get a chance to get in there and read everything the way I wanted to read. Now, in 4 hours, you will see here with this gameplay footage, I did manage to get myself a little straw house built. I died to a wolf. I died to a crazy dark reaper thing that came out of a meteor. I figured out I built my straw house in a really bad place. And I will be getting back into this game too. I am really stoked about how much magic there is in the game. Again, it's another early access game. This one has more mixed reviews on Steam. It got a 6 out of 10 on Steam, but it does carry a 7, 8 out of 10 on MMORPG. So, 2 really good survival games if you're looking for something in either a zombie flavor or a magic flavor. Now, before people really get up in arms and they're like, you're calling them survival games, you're calling them survival games, they're sandboxes. Yes, they are sandboxes. Without a doubt, these two games are sandbox games. Even Life is Feudal is a sandbox game. But they're also survival games. And I say that because the survival genre is basically defined as you start with nothing, you work your way up for everything, and if you die, you lose it all. Well, that's a survival game, and that's what these three are. And really, guys, that's it for today. I don't want to keep doing single shot reviews on games. I want to just do a bunch of them real quick, like bam, 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 give you my impressions, and then I want to ask you for the feedback and just your comments. I'm looking for really for these three games. Have you played them? What'd you think about them? Do you have any interest in playing them? Do you want to see more footage? Do you want to see a basic walkthrough guide? I'm going to be learning these games, so I have no problem doing walkthrough guides if people want to see them. I just don't want to start doing walkthrough guides for games nobody's going to watch. And then what other games can I review for you? What other games can I take a real quick look, peel back that first layer of the onion and show you what's underneath? If it's a game I can get into, I will certainly get into it and take a look around. If it's a game I can't get into, I will definitely do an academic review for you. Next week, I think I'm going to take a look at Warframe, because it's a new game. I think I'm going to introduce you guys to Atlantica Online, which is a little bit older of a game, but I think it has a certain segment of the population that might really enjoy it. And then I don't really know what else I'm going to get into, but I've got a whole week to decide. As always, guys, if you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you're not one of my usual subscribers, go ahead and subscribe so that you stay up to date with everything. And if I missed the mark, go ahead and tell me what I missed the mark on and how I can make these videos better. Hey, you. Yes, you. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Hit that subscribe button. Watch a couple of more videos. Go check out our website.